So it's been going on about a year and a half now, and at this point, since the Drake and Kendrick rap battles kicked off. And one of the things that's been happening is that Drake stands have been still chasing these phantom DV allegations and trying to put them on Kendrick. Now, there has been nothing, absolutely nothing, besides some weird videos that have been debunked that have come up. Mind you, they've been doing all of this while all along Drake is working with people who have documented allegations. Not was working with in the past, but is to this day working with people who've done this. Now I know this ain't Drake, but still, we this still keeps in with the theme, right? Whether it's the certified lover boy, certified PDF files, whether it's anything like that, the circle of people. Now, another issue is that the Drake stands always trying to call out those people who Kendrick are around and who he's been around and worked with, whether it be Dr. Dre, Playboy Cardi, this person and that person. If they got any little thing in their history, apparently it's Kendrick's fault. Or it's on him too for being friends with him and working with him. Well, where's all this outrage at in this situation? And we got a video clip from Nolan in which he came across some information that I had actually seen myself, but I didn't make a video about it. And he went a little deeper with it too. That shows that not only is Drake working with people who has this in their past, a good portion of Some Sexy Songs for You was done by this individual. And there's some other songs. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. And since they always want to play these games and try to make these associations with other people, namely Kendrick, we got to point this out. It's only right. It's only right. So I'm going to play this at 1.5 speed because the clip is about 20 minutes. I don't want to make it too long. So let's get right into it.
All right. So digging deeper into the sound that we've been hearing in the Iceman era, post-battle era from Drake. All right, we've got this guy here, Ryan Nice, and he's not very well liked by a lot of people. They claim he's a weirdo too. You know what I mean? But he put this information out here that says the real red button. After all the allegations made against Drake and the people he surrounds himself with, Baca as trafficker abuser, he is doubling down and proving he doesn't care for the safety of women by having lead producer of Iceman be Lil Angel O, and it's I believe it's O Lil Angel actually, aka Octavian. If you just jumped into the chat, you didn't see the first couple minutes of the show. This Octavian guy is a canceled rapper from the UK. Okay, he was canceled because his girlfriend put out videos of him allegedly putting hands on her. Okay, he had a record deal. He was a very promising act coming out of the UK. Everybody turned on him. Record label dropped him, and he went into obscurity. Okay, this video here, which I'm not going to play, is actually a video of his ex-girlfriend in the act of him attacking her. She hit record on her phone.
Now, I did watch that video on X. You really don't see much. You can hear her. She's asking for help. She's saying something. It's hard to kind of tell, but you can tell something disturbing is going on. I'm not going to lie. When I listen to it, I'm like, yo, what the hell am I watching? Honestly, I'm not going to lie. When I first heard it, I thought I was like listening to somebody being deleted. That's how it sounded. And I'm like, yo, what is this? You know what I'm saying? But so I understand why Nolan don't even want to play that, especially on YouTube.
And you can hear him yelling at her. Okay. So he was a rapper named Octavian. He was canceled in the UK. And he rebranded himself as Old Lil Angel and became a producer. Okay. So Ryan says Octavian has produced the 2 released Iceman singles. What did I miss? And which one? Okay. What did I miss? Produced by Octavian, aka O Lil Angel, the canceled rapper from the UK. Which one? Also produced by the same guy. Some Sexy Songs for You also has production credits on the T songs from the most recent Iceman episode. So he has a couple records also on the Some Sexy Songs for You project with Party Next Door. These are, I guess, articles about the situation between Octavian and his ex-girlfriend. So they say Hannah met Octavian at a house party in 2017 after she moved to London from Edinburgh. The pair started a relationship, but things then turned toxic. She fell pregnant in the summer of 2019 and alleges the abuse started straight after she had a termination. She came home from the procedure needing support, but instead she said she was attacked. This is a quote. She says, "I just wanted to be held and feel like I hadn't just done something really, really horrible. And he kind of pushed me onto the floor, grabbed me by my face and threw me backwards." That's when she says he kicked her, threw her into a door and left her with bruises. Hannah reported the incident to the police and said she contacted him to tell him she planned to reveal what had happened to her on social media. But shortly after, she received a non-disclosure agreement from his lawyer, which would prohibit her from revealing anything that had happened in their relationship.
So that's what they be doing. They try to get these women to sign these things so it don't come out. And this is crazy. Again, this ain't something that Drake, this ain't somebody Drake was working with, didn't know about any of this, right? This is somebody he's working with currently, right? Who as we're going to see, who was on a big portion of that Sexy Songs for You and with the Iceman, the songs there. And he's working with him, right? And this is a guy who got the nerve to talk about another man beating his woman with no claims, mind you, okay? The hypocrisy is palpable, ain't it? Talking about Kendrick, beating on his wife or his fiance with no proof, but you working with a guy. You've been working with a guy. This is what you surround yourself with, man. You see, it seems Drake surrounds himself with all types of people who have nefarious allegations in their past when it comes to women, whether it be SA, traffic, any of that, right? DV. Seem like he projecting all the time, whether it's something from him and his life or somebody who's around him. But yet the claims he made against others, it just seems like all those things are coming from people, either from him or people he worked with or got relationships with.
Messages seen by BBC Three, which of course BBC is a publication, a very large publication in the UK, suggests, and they have multiple channels, that Octavian's management were involved in arranging the document. They deny it, and sources suggest Octavian's team believed his side of the story. So she was allegedly hit with an NDA once she started revealing her experience. She claims they were offering me 20,000, I think that's pounds, to never speak on anything that's happened in our relationship. Never tell any publications, never tell any family, never tell any friends, never say anything bad about Octavian or his career or anything at all, really. Delete all photos, all evidence, all videos, just act as if I never existed. They say Hannah refused to sign the document, and I believe she started an anonymous Instagram page where she revealed more videos.
Good for her.
And just for context sake, 20,000 pounds in US currency, it's roughly like $23,000, $24,000. All right. Now, Ryan Nice isn't the only person that's reported on this, because here is a TikTok video of this guy, Huncho's house, revealing the very same thing. How canceled rapper Octavian revived his career in secret. He no longer shows his face anymore, by the way. No face, no face. Produced by Octavian, aka Oh Lil Angel.
Crazy.
This is the story of how a cancelled rapper from the UK named Octavian revived his career without anybody knowing. So if you remember back in the day from like 2018, 2019, 2020, Octavian was absolutely smashing the music game. This guy had the cosigns from Drake. He had songs with Gunna, St. John. He was brought out by Travis Scott. He was literally going to be the guy to bridge the gap between the UK and the US. Now, he had an album called Alpha coming out with the likes of 21 Savage and Heady One on the same track, bro. You can even go and listen to this track. It ended up leaking. But long story short, Octavian had a girlfriend and they were in a bit of a toxic relationship. Now, things weren't going too well in their relationship, and Octavian's girlfriend started an Instagram account on private where she would only allow women to follow it. And I was shown this Instagram account from another lady. And she showed me this Instagram account and there was alleged abuse from Octavian. And I thought, whoa, this is crazy. Nobody knows about this. Now, fast forward to when Octavian's album is about to drop. His girlfriend absolutely destroys his career by putting up a video of him allegedly beating her up. Now, in this video, you can hear her saying, Octavian, get off, get off. It doesn't sound good, but from my opinion, you can't see much. But long story short, Octavian was fully cancelled. BBC News, the guy's cancelled. He's labelled as an abuser, labelled as a woman beater. Everyone who hated him or was a bit jealous of him was coming out the woodwork chatting about, yeah, I knew he was a weirdo. Everyone was hating on him. It was a bandwagon to hate on the guy, and his record label dropped him 24 hours before his album was about to come out. And of course, the album didn't come out. So this guy was completely finished, right? And he tried to put music out again under the name Octavian a few years later. It was picking up a little something, but no way near what it was, right? And people just wanted to cancel this guy. Now, fast forward to 2025. Drake and Party Next Door have dropped their album, Some Sexy Songs for You. Now, what I wanted to do is look at the credits and see who produced some of these tracks. And I was looking, and I kept seeing a name, Oh Lil Angel. And I thought, every time the song's produced by this person called Oh Lil Angel, sounds a bit like something Octavian would make. So I've done a bit more digging, done a bit more research, and long story short, Octavian has changed his name from Octavian, rebranded himself as Oh Lil Angel, and is going as a producer. And not just a producer, because if you actually listen to some of the songs on Party Next Door and Drake's album, Octavian's on the ad-libs, bro. You can hear his voice in the background. It's absolutely crazy. Go back and listen to Spider-Man, Superman. He is literally in ad-libs and he's talking at the start. You can literally tell it's this guy's voice. It's an absolutely crazy story, but it's a very smart move from a cancelled rapper. Clearly, people don't want to hear him rap no more. They're not checking for his music like that. But this little low-key move has maybe revived his career, and he's on one of the biggest albums of 2025. So you've got to completely respect it. But that is the story of how Octavian revived his career without anybody knowing. And it even gets deeper, bro. Pause. He even produced that song No Face for Drake when Drake was having all this beef with Kendrick and was dropping those little tracks on his little Finsta. No Face is also produced by Octavian, bro. It's an absolutely crazy story. But yeah, make sure that you like this video.
Shit, Drake need a different producer, because if he producing the songs that ain't all that good. But look, if y'all want to look into this, if you just search UK producer Octavian DV charges or whatever allegations, there's a Reddit. And in that Reddit, there's links to the girl's post. There's mad posts, yo. I mean, like all sorts of posts. Everything that she posted, she got the messages from the conversations. You know, she said he basically moved her in that house, started to control her, this, that, and the other. He was unhappy about the termination, all right? And things went downhill from there, but she shares their messages back and forth. All sorts of stuff. It's crazy. So, you know, it's out there if you want to go look at it.
Make sure that you follow me for more stories.
All right. So that's Huncho's house. And apparently he's a fan of Octavian. Sounds like he might even be a fan of Drake. He said you got to respect it. I don't see how you respect that. But some people's perspectives are whack. Nonetheless, he gave you the information. So this is coming from multiple places. All right. So furthermore, Ryan Nice continues to post more about this situation. He says Octavian's immediate response to the allegations were to turn it into a joke and do a public Instagram story, which his management swiftly made him take down. He also made an unreleased song about killing Hannah. And remember, Hannah is the young lady who reported the abuse. So this is the guy, Octavian. He gets canceled, loses his deal, loses everything. He turns it into a joke.
They all be like,
he might be a contestant for worst haircut I've seen. This nigga got the motherfucking Dave Chappelle and Nutty Professor going on.
Yeah.
I don't like Octavian, man. He's a horrible person, man. You know, don't even go near him. Don't meet him. I don't want to meet any of you anyway. They're like, hey, don't do any interviews for Octavian. Stop his album from coming out, man. Let's put him on pause. Let's try and shit off Octavian. You can't stop me, mate. Yeah? You can't even stop watching my stories. I can't help being an interesting guy. I can't. I just can't.
That's the part that I wasn't supposed to be showing. All right. So he puts it in his own video of the situation. Again, I'm not showing that. But you see, he's trolling about it. Ryan Nice shows Hannah's post at the time. She also posted photos of cuts and bruises that were caused by him, which he will not share. All right. So this is basically the story told all over again. We've pretty much already gone through the primary facts of that situation. He continues. Many people in the UK scene have since denounced him, similar to what happened with Dutchavelli, but Drake still supported him. Okay. A lot of people have put information out about Dutchavelli, this and Drake. Some people have said that Dutchavelli and his family are into like bestiality, we'll just say. Some people allege that the whole For All the Dogs thing was like alluding to some deep, nasty thing with that. I don't report on that because I don't know any of it to be true. But that's also a thing out there related to the Dutchavelli guy. Even as recently as 2 weeks ago, where Lancey Fawkes previewed a snippet which included the lyrics, Octavian, we don't do them things. All right. So even other UK rappers have now used him as a punchline of what they don't do. Okay.
You know what's crazy?
Meet the Grams. He got sex offenders on Hovey.
And look, this ain't all Drake fans. So if you're a Drake fan, just a regular fan, you like his music, I'm not including you in this. But for the staunch ones, the stans even, you can see this mindset, right? This mindset of being an aggressor, we'll just say that, an aggressor, and supporting aggressors. And I'm seeing this right now, even in the conversation on X when it comes to Metro, his mom passing, Drake getting on him about the song, Metro not like they will find any way to make the other person wrong and Drake right. Metro had 3 weeks. He should have. You serious? Listen, man, I don't even care if Metro didn't want him. I don't care if he was trying to stall him. I don't care. What do you mean he had 3 weeks? That's long enough. Like, they will do anything they can to make the other person wrong in every situation. And And that's what's bad. It don't matter how much Drake hurt people. It don't matter what happens with it don't matter. And that's the sickening part, right? Just to not be able to call out the bullshit. You know what I mean? And you can still listen to his music if you want. But to be always attacking those who have been victimized either by him or his circle, to always be attacking them and making them wrong, that ain't right, man. That ain't right, bro. It just turns you off even from the artists themselves when you got to deal with fans like that. You know what I mean? But the thing is, Drake does it too. So it ain't even like you could be like, well, that's just his fans. They acting crazy. No, they act like the guy that they follow. That's the whole point.
That he keep on a monthly allowance. Okay. So here it states for the Some Sexy Songs for You album, Olo Angel, aka Octavian, is credited for production on Mothballs, Crying in Chanel, Spider-Man, Superman, Meet Your Padre, Somebody Loves Me, and Glorious. So he produced on nearly half the Some Sexy Songs for You album. So for the record, he produced about half of the Some Sexy Songs for You album. He produced the song No Face. He produced the song What Did I Miss? He produced Which One? And you can pretty much deduce that he's probably going to be doing the bulk of production on whatever this Iceman project is. So the sound is being crafted by somebody who was literally canceled in the UK for abuse allegations. Drake got him, added him to his team, rebranded him. And again, homeboy doesn't show his face anymore. So this is his IG where he now poses in Batman headgear. You see here, him and Drake. That's where I got the image from my thumbnail. Which one? What did I miss? He even has a photo. I don't know who the fuck this guy is here, the Asian guy. This is the same dude that was posing in Pharrell's jewelry in the Family Matters video and whatnot. I don't know who the fuck he's supposed to be. But I will say one thing. I think it makes a lot of sense as to why Drake linked into the UK, said they had the best rappers in the world, all of that different type of stuff. He was supporting the Octavian guy while he was being canceled in real time as well. They have screen caps of him posting them in his story. But if you think about it, No Face produced by canceled UK rapper Octavian. What Did I Miss? Same guy. Fucking Which One? Garbage with Central C. Half of the fucking Some Sexy Songs for You album. Then, if y'all remember, the big song from that album, Nokia, the one where the producer already had basically the whole song framework laid out. He had it on his YouTube from the UK. So rather than running to Atlanta when he needed check balance, he ran to the UK for his new sound.
Yeah.
And now he's sucking up to them, which is why he gave them the UK tour, which is why he got on stage and said that they have the best rappers in the world. He's found a new location. He's found a new hub. He's found a new muse.
But the thing is, that UK sound ain't gonna work over here, bro. It just ain't. And maybe he don't care. But and look, his fans are saying a lot of this stuff from these Iceman streams might not be on the album. It might not be, honestly. It might not be. I look at this Iceman rollout thing as another version of 100 gigs. It's like 100 gigs 2.0 streaming edition, where they're just throwing stuff out there, old songs. And essentially what they're doing is trying to keep Drake relevant, trying to keep people interested, and slowly just, getting people to getting the perception to change in the media, in the media's eye, right? But I don't think it's working. But I do look at it as the 100 gigs streaming edition. They just putting throwaways out there. So it's a good chance that none of this will be on this album. But if the album's going to have the UK song feel thing, I'm not sure it's going to do too well over here. We'll see, though.
Wow. I calculated that it's calculated. But then we get to Ian Connor, all right? So Ian Connor shares text from Drake about visiting Young Thug while he was incarcerated. He says, I saw Slime the other day at Cobb. It was emotional. Them is real deal brothers. Ian. Okay, so there's a text from Drake to Ian Connor. I saw Slime the other day at Cobb County. It was emotional. They somehow let me visit him at 9:30 at night in a conference room, in person, not on video, for an hour. Then there's the audio. The audio is circulating on social media where he's mimicking Young Thug voice and whatnot. Ian responds, you should have snuck in his girl. But them jail thoughts will have you wondering some whole other shit. I thought you was fucking raving when I was in jail, no lie. So Ian responds to Drake. He says, you should have snuck in Mariah the Scientist. But if you would have done that, maybe Thug would have thought you were smashing his girl. He then admits, I thought you was messing with mine when I got locked up. Because of course, to these guys, Drake has the pick of the litter. Nobody would turn him down in their eyes.
Yeah, that's how they look at it. It's crazy.
He says, jail insecurities hit different. Drake responds, they wasn't letting nobody but this light-skinned crooner in there, twin. He called himself a light-skinned crooner. Wow. He said they would have seen Mariah and been like, nah, just you. And I've never said one English word to Raven. Okay, so he assures him he's never actually talked to his girlfriend. He responds, exactly. Green lighted. Okay, so there's a song. This thug part on this song is incredible. So apparently there is a feature, and this might have been the fucking Oh You Went record that ended up coming out. I don't know what record he's alluding to. But it says exactly, green lighted, and now manipulate the setup. Manipulate the setup sounds crazy. I just know what feels right, bro. Do the song, don't fake link, and build, and just the universe play its course. I think it's very interesting that he told Drake, don't fake link and really build. What's that about?
Yeah, it's crazy.
But again, Ian Connor has a lot of shit associated with his name as well. This was just back in 2022. They say Ian Connor blank allegations rise to 33 women. He responds by trolling. The same.
Hey, real quick, it's funny because before you get into that, I know some of y'all don't be on X, so I'm gonna let y'all hear how Drake sound on that tape. This shit is corny. Check this out.
That nigga trying to. I walked in and he was like, "Man, what the fuck you got going on, twin?" He was like, "I never seen this part of the jail before in my life, nigga." He said, "They can't got me out my cell. They said Drake here to visit you." I said, "Man, y'all nigga trying to break me, man. Y'all nigga trying to drive me crazy, man. It's 9:30 at night. Ain't no way y'all let me have no goddamn visit right now." He was like, "Yo, man, you motherfucking too big, nigga." He's like, I never got an in-person visit in the jail since I've been in this motherfucker. They said, Drake here, they come get me out my cell. They got me sitting in a damn conference room. I walked in and he was like, "Man, what the fuck you got going on?"
Yo, that crazy. That boy can do any fake voice he want, man. Part of the acting gig, right? But I just wanted y'all to hear that shit. That shit sound ridiculous, man. Ridiculous.
Same move that the Octavian guy did, trolling his ex-girlfriend. This Ian Connor guy resorted to trolling as well. Ian Connor promotes a petition asking A$AP Rocky and others to stop supporting him after 33 women accuse him of blank. Streetwear it boy Ian Connor was trending on Twitter overnight, and when that happens, it's usually for nothing good. The creative has previously been accused of blank by 21 women, and for some reason, those allegations were never taken too seriously. Well, that number has officially risen to 33, and Ian Connor responded by virtually spitting in his accusers' faces. Make the number 31 or 78 or even 1,000 while y'all at it, he wrote on Twitter, adding a bunch of laughing faces. And yes, I'm laughing out of pure amusement. Ciao. After that, he went on to spend his entire evening clapping back at trolls threatening to cancel him. In fact, he's so confident that he will never be silenced that he's putting up money. He says, "I'll give away half my bank account if y'all successfully cancel me." And that's on Blood, Raven, and Olivia. I say this with the utmost composure and conscious mind. Prior to that, he sent off a few trolling responses to his haters. Sadly, I think he's from around the way too, out here in around the Atlanta area. I think that's where the allegations originate, is out in the Atlanta area. He says, "I've seen it on the internet. It must be true," he mimicked. "I'm actually gay. I sold my soul to get back on top. I'm illuminated." Finally, he realized that he probably shouldn't be making light of the allegations given how serious they are. He told fans that he will be heading off the internet for the night. He says, "I apologize. I shouldn't be trolling no matter how personal it may be to self. I'm gonna get off y'all's internet for a bit." And this is just 2022. In the last 3 years, I'm quite sure the allegations have continued to come in. And there's multiple women in the music industry and entertainment industry that have also said the same thing about him. However, these are Drake's friends. These are the people he's communicating with, working with on his new album. These are the people that are working on the Iceman sound. As if it could get any more disappointing. Okay? Let me know what y'all think of all of this down below in the comments. Be sure to
Hey, man, and then when you think about how Thug chose to handle all of the backlash he's been dealing with over the audios and that interview. Look, I ain't watched that whole long ass interview. I've been watching clips though, but just the way he's doubling down on a lot of things. It looks like Mariah left him. There's posts out there, and that's a whole separate issue. I don't know if I'm gonna do a video on that, but Mariah left him. He even posted a broken heart because they leaked another audio of him talking to a girl about getting her pregnant when he get out. Like, it's crazy. But if you think about how he chose to deal with it, this is what these type of guys do. When it comes to any sort of assault, any sort of backlash, anything, they lean into it. To trolling. It don't matter if there's a victim. It don't matter what happened. None of that matters. It doesn't matter if the person was hurt. None of that matters. It's all about them. And there's a group of people who support that. That's the unfortunate part about it. There's an actual group of people who support those tactics, right? And the sad part is that if it really does work, or at least helps, it only encourages the next man that has to deal with those situations to do the same thing, man. So it's kind of sick, man, if you think about it, right? Really no excuse. So now here we go. There we go. You got Drake, who not only spent a song talking about Kendrick having these DV allegations, and now he's in court with it, and he's looking and scraping and scrambling, trying to find anything to support it. His fans are doing that, while all along, look who's working with the real victimizers. Look who's working with the real with people who really got DV on their jacket, working with them right now. Hypocrisy, man. Anyway, tell me what y'all think about this in the comment section below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hype the video. I keep meaning to say that. They got this new hype button. I don't know what to do really yet, but hype it up, man. Hype it up. Anyway, subscribe to the channel. I'll check you out in the next one.